It's how you play the game. And love thy neighbor. That's what this is all about. Okay, so they no sooner start rolling balls and they say to themselves, forget all that crap, I'm in it to win it. As a matter of fact, I know one party, he has two tapes in his pocket. One in the left pocket, one in the right pocket. One of the tapes is an inch shorter than the other. And then the woman, God bless them, I love the way they play the game, and I love the way they measure. A round of applause for the woman and what they've brought to this country club this season. Well, I had the opportunity to watch them the other day. And, you know, in this high-tech world, the woman used a piece of string with which to measure with. And so I watched them one day, and I'll give you a little parody. It went something like this. Hey, Michelle, you hold the big balls while I measure. And so they measure. Here's the way it goes. Here's the string. For the red ball, it's taut. And for the green ball, it sags a little bit in the middle. But then again, I guess most things in Heaven and Child sag a little bit, so what the heck. And as for you gentlemen, when you go to bed tonight, if you find a ball of cord under your pillow, don't fret, I'm sure you're all going to measure up. And that's that story. Where are you, Timmy? I need you now. There he is.
Walking the dog. What's she doing?
All right, we're going to do that little five-line diddly-daddly. And it goes something like this. What is America to me? A map, a flag, a land I see, a sand game called Bahachi. That is America to me. Yeah, the field I play on, the people that I meet, I get to know my neighbors and the folks among the street. We learn to play together. We don't care who wins or lose, but we always wind up what we're supposed to do, and that's chase away the blues. All you listening? And now at this point in time, we're going to start our awards program. I'm taking it away from you now, Timmy. You on long enough. Bob Cross, where are you? Okay, he's putting the gifts together, and so I'll tell you a little story in the meantime. There was a woman I knew here on Heritage Isle, and I'll call her Gloria for now, and she was kind of letting herself go, you know. She was getting a little flabby, a little wrinkly. And then one day she's in bed at night and she sees this vision. And the Lord says to her, take care of yourself, take care of your body, and you'll have a great life. Well, she says, that's a great message. So she goes to the gym and she develops a set of six-packs over here, and she trims down and she has a facelift and she does all the things required. She turns into a beautiful woman. So here it is, years later, she's gorgeous. She's walking out of the spa, and bam, she gets hit by a bus. Well, let me tell you, she goes up to heaven, and she wants to talk to the Lord. She said, Lord, you promised me if I took care of my body and my face and everything else, that I would live a long, healthy life. The Lord says, I didn't recognize you. Hey, Bob, are you ready yet? Are Or you want me to tell another story? All right, without no further ado, here is your commissioner of bocce tournaments, Mr. Robert Cross.
Thank you, Tony. First of all, let's have a big hand for Lou Vigiano, who put all these pictures together. I'm glad you all have name tags on because you people really clean up nice. I don't recognize half the people here without their hats on, so. All right, tournament. First of all, thank you to God and Mother Nature for providing us with no rain for the entire tournament, which is unheard of here in Florida. And we also had the warmest February in the history of Brevard County for February, so we really lucked out on that. A couple things. This year we had more women sign up than men, which is usually the other way around. So thank you, women, for playing bocce and getting involved. Matter of fact, this is the first year that I had all the women captains before I had all the women players. And it's usually difficult to get women captains. So thank you, women captains. I'm going to ask all the women and men captains to stand up right now and be recognized. Please stand up if you were a captain in the tournament. Don't be shy now. About a week before the tournament, on one particular day, I had 7 emails and 7 people dropped out of the tournament. So I went searching for some extras, and we did manage to get 40 men and 40 women. So there were 80 people playing bocce in the tournament this year, and that is what we wanted, and that's what we wound up with. A couple just highlights of the tournament. In the second week of the tournament, we had Artie's team and Michelle's team for the women that liked playing bocce so much that they played until 4:25 in the afternoon. And that's strange because I sent out the emails at 4:15 with the results for the day. So you know, it was past my time to send out emails. I just told them who won, and they just shook hands and left the courts. I'd like to thank all the subs that we had this year. If you were a substitute, please stand up because you helped us out during the tournament. Let's have a hand for the substitutes. We actually only needed 3 men, and we had 8 women substitute in the tournament. What got me was that in week 7, there was something called the Heritage Isle Cruise. And what was strange is that I only needed 1 male substitute and 7 female substitutes. So I'm wondering, did the ladies go on the cruise without their husbands? Because it was, you know, one day later. We wound up using 7 subs and, as I say, 1 male sub, because we had 2 men out. In week 3, ladies, I looked at the standings, and we had 4 teams tied for last place with a record of 2 wins and 7 losses. And it wasn't until I sent out the email that told them there's no prize for last place that they really started playing well. Matter of fact, I think Barbara Connor is the one that really thought there was a room for a prize for last place, because after that email, they won 11 of their last 12 games. Way to go, Barbara. We had our first official protest since I've been director this year, and it had to do with picking up and moving the balls before they're measured. And I won't say who it was, but he was a tall Italian gentleman who picked up the ball and before it was measured, resulted in... No, it wasn't you. I said tall, handsome, attractive. All right. And the protest was upheld, and fortunately it did not change the standings at all. So when we are playing bocce in a tournament, please do not pick up the balls until it's agreed upon the number of points. We also had a potential, what we call boycott by the women because of playoffs being announced, and it seems like the ladies do not like playoffs. They want whatever happens through the year to be the way it goes. Well, we did have the playoffs. They didn't boycott, and guess what? First, second, third, and fourth wound up first, second, third, and fourth. So the playoffs showed that, I don't know what it showed. With the men, it was a little bit different. Third and fourth remained the same. First and second changed. My team was in second, beat Tony's team, who was in first, but he was a good sport about it, and he actually talked to me a week later. But he had, there are two reasons why that happened. Number one, Lou Vigiano did not have on his Superman costume this year. So once we saw Lou without the Superman costume, we figured we had it made. Matter of fact, the score was kind of lopsided. I won't even tell you what it was. But then I figured out why. I think Tony asked his team to throw the game because he knew he had to play the women. And those women were darn good. So I think that was the reason for that. All right, in the playoffs, Barbara's team, Team 6, beat Mary's team, Team 1. And as a result of that, she wound up in third place. I'm going to call up the members of her team to come up and get their prize money. And we'll start with Captain Barbara. Barbara, come on up to third place. I'm going to have Mary Ann handle that. Mary Ann's our treasurer. She keeps good reign of the money here. All right. On our team, Janice Vitale. Yeah, they're going to come up here. Janice Vitale, where are you, Jan? Okay. Barbara, stay up here. I'm sure Lou wants to take a picture. Sandy Freeman?
Not here.
Not here? Okay. Mary Ann Ambrosio?
Not here.
And Diane Pisano. I've seen Diane. Come on out, Diane. As I say, Barbara's team won 11 of the last 12 games to wind up with a record of 13 wins and 8 losses.
Smile.
All right, smile to the camera.
Smile, sweet smile. Thank you.
In second place, with a record of 14 wins and 7 losses, Captain Artie Pachwari, Team 5. Artie, come on up. Sharon Milne, Gwen Weissman, Marty Majewski, and Dorothy Robar. Come on up. Now in the playoffs for the second and first place, this team here went to the third game. And I think they lost the first one, the second lost the third, so it was a close match.
Thank you.
And the first place winners with a record, which was the overall high for both men and women. Out of 21 games, they won 17. And now I know why Tony didn't want to play them. Captain Stephanie Stewart. Carol Bear, who's up north. Celia Jogler. Diane Harmon. And Inga Neiswanger.
Okay, give me a smile. All right, hey, Celia, you in there? Give me a smile, Celia. Isn't that sweet? Give me a smile. Give me a smile, Stephanie. Barbara's not here. I mean, Carol's not here. Thank you. I'm going to get her handing them out. That's nice. Oh, jeez. Now George was in the way. Hold on, Steph. I got to get another one, Steph. All look at that, huh? Here we go. All right, here we go. Oh, good one. Thank you.
Thank you, ladies. Congratulations. Great season. On the men's side, in the playoffs, it was Spencer's team and George's team battled for third place. And third place goes to George Fowler's team. George with a record of 12 wins and 9 losses. George Fowler. There he is. Rich Clark. Ken Betrari, Al Navarro, Frank Dadone. Third place. Rumor is that George has 2 tapes, but that's just a rumor.
Where's Al? There he is. There's Al.
Watering up here. Hang on, Lou.
I know, I know.
You earned it. Yeah, might have. Did all right. Get over here and shut up. Hey, look at that. You got his good side.
Got it, got it.
Got his good side. All right.
The only time I got a good side.
I got Al au natural. I got you au natural.
In case you forgot who I was.
All right, in second place, with the best record of the men this season, 14-7, Captain Tony Dubato, Lou Vigiano, Vinny Narrow, Dave Freeman, Artie Notaro. Congratulations.
Look at my wife.
All right, enough, boss.
All right, and finishing in first place, with a lower record than the second place team, 13-8. Myself as captain, Peter Sora, Bill McCune, Ed Mushil, Jim Zayak. Come on up.
Oh, that was a dynamite team. You guys demolished us.
Jim just had a knee operation, so he's not going to be here today. I don't know where Peter is.
Peter's having a gallbladder operation.
Peter's having a gallbladder, so this is Heritage Island. Welcome to a 55 history committee.
Oh, all right, Bob. Let me get a good smile, Bob. Thank you.
All right, the last thing was the men versus women's tournament, and we had quite a crowd of spectators. Thank you for showing up. The custodians, the maintenance men, not custodians, maintenance men hate to move those bleachers, but they have to do it once a year, and they may stay there for a couple months, so if you want to come down and watch bocce, they're there. But anyway, we had quite a crowd. I would say it was probably 80-20 women, as far as cheering is concerned. And ladies, good job. All right. First game, men were so dominant, 11-3. I think they got cocky too. Talking about myself as well. Second game, ladies, 11-1. Guess who wasn't cocky anymore? Third game was probably the most exciting game I have seen in Heritage Isle men versus women. Now, the fact that it went to the third game is unusual to begin with, but I have to admit that my team is the only team that had lost to the women in men versus women 3 years ago. So it looked like a second time around, and at one point it was 6-6, 8-8, 9-8, 9-9, and then it came down to chance for the ladies to win, and they got one in there, one not. Men came back and got the last 2 points. So by a score of 11-10, the men won the men versus women's bragging rights. At this point, we have the Most Valuable Player Awards. Okay? For the women, the Most Valuable Player is not here today, and that is Carol Bear. Joel, you might come left to your right. Want to make a speech for her?
On behalf of my wife, I'd like to thank you all from the Bocce Association for awarding her that. I know she's an excellent player, and she really deserves it. Thank you again.
Well spoken. And for the men, the Most Valuable Player, Bill McCune. We call him Little Bill on the courts.
Thank you very much. I too would like to add comments about that was an exciting third game. It was a lot of fun, and it was fun beating him.
A little rivalry there. And we have our most improved bocce players of the year. For the women, Inka Neiswanger. Inka's a killer on the courts now.
Hello, Inga.
Congratulations, Inka.
I would like to thank everybody for helping me. Thank you.
And for the men, I hope he's here, Bob Laputa. Is Bob here? Ah, there he is. I didn't see you, Bob. Congratulations. We have one other prize here. I'd like to call up the following people. If you'd come up to the front here. Michelle Meehan. Chris Whitley. He's not here. Pat Fuji. Joan Ellickson. And Glenda Luna. This is the team. Now, I know when I sent out that memo about last place not getting anything, some people were disappointed. So Michelle didn't believe me. They wound up with a record of 5 wins and 16 losses. And we have 2 prizes for them. Number 1, Marianne, would you bring those up for me, please? Yeah, well, there, she's got them in her hand. To drown their sorrows, so there's no sour grapes. And the other thing is, Tony has agreed to give free bocce lessons on Wednesday mornings at 9 o'clock. Thank you. And last but not least, the tournament is over, but guess what? The new tournament begins on April the 10th. And that will be Tuesdays at 2 o'clock. It'll be a mixed tournament. It'll be either 20 men and 20 women, or 24 men and 24 women, depending on how many sign up. Applications. Some of you have already been tugging on my sleeves. Applications are on that table there with the white tablecloth. This time, you will not be in the tournament unless you turn in the money and the application at the same time. Our treasurer would appreciate that, so that she doesn't know where the money is going when it comes in. Just don't put out a little scrap piece of paper. Just pick them up there. We'll start collecting today. So if you want to give me the application and money today, I'll make sure it gets into the right hands. Thank you to everyone for participating in the tournament. And hope to see you again at the end of the next tournament. Thank you.
Just one more award, ladies and gentlemen. This is for what's known as the Ball Buster of the Year Award. Here he is, yours truly.
Sir.
Well,
Just call me Vanna.
yeah, he's Vanna White. Okay, something strange happened. Can you hear me okay? I've never used this stupid thing before. Something strange happened in August of 2017. Okay, and everybody might be thinking about what it is, so I decided, before I forgot, I wrote something about it. And here it goes. How can we forget that fateful day in August of 2017? A booming sound suddenly stopped the play and created quite a scene. The score was close, but the Polina was far, and the point was yet to be made. The player, well, he was up to par, and the $50 was yet to be paid. So he grabbed the ball and rolled it with all of his might. And what happened next was really quite a sight. The ground, it trembled, and fire lit up the sky. The ball went streaking down the court, then smack, pieces began to fly. Now all that's left of that poor yellow ball is this little piece of gloss. Bob has it. And who, you ask, is this hulk of a man standing proud and tall? Well, it's our own Mr. Ball Buster guy, the indomitable Bob Cross.
All right, folks, we just have one more, and that's it. You know, these affairs, they never just come on by themselves. It takes a group of people to do it, and I'd like to recognize those people at this time. So when I call your name, please come up. Mary Ann Price, Mary Lewis, Lynn Hertz, Bob Cross, and our new Vice President, Joe. Okay, a nice ovation for people that is long overdue for what they've been doing. Let's hear it. Jimmy, did you go home? Oh, one more thing. We've got to do a 50-50. Now we've got to be able to pay the band before he leaves. Okay. They'll be coming around by your table, 50-50. Please, give all you can. Jimmy, where are you? Has he gone for a while? I'll tell you another little story. We got to fill in some cracks over here. There was this guy, his name was Harry Borman. All right, we can pass the joke. All right, Jimmy, it's all yours from here on out.
I want to take you with me from now on. Wherever I go, I'm going to take you. Wow. Saved again. Jeez. Hey, I'm going to start things off on the slow side. Hope you have a great afternoon today.
You don't bring me flowers, you don't sing me love songs.
You hardly talk to me anymore when I come through the door at the end of the day.
I remember when you couldn't wait to love me, you used to hate to leave me. Now after loving me late at night,
Well, it's good for you, babe, and you're feeling all right. this. Oh yeah. So you think I could learn how to tell you goodbye? You don't see me,
You don't sing me love songs.
you don't bring me flowers anymore. Oh yeah. Well, I need this afternoon, and we'll be doing plenty of songs for you, and I hope you enjoy it this afternoon. There's a kind of rush all over the world tonight, all over the world. You can hear the sounds of lovers in love. You know what I mean, just the two of us and nobody else. Inside, there's nobody else, and I'm feeling good, just holding you tight. So listen very carefully, come closer now and you will see what I mean. It isn't a dream, no, where the only sound that you will hear is when I whisper in your ear, I love you forever and ever. There's a kind of rush all over the world tonight, all over the world. You can hear the sounds of lovers in love. Oh yeah. It was 1967. God, we were young then. Oh yeah. Come on, put them together. Everybody, live it up. So listen very carefully. Come closer now and you will see what I mean. It isn't a dream, no, no, the only sound that you will hear is when I whisper in your ear, I love you forever and ever. There's a kind of rush all over the world tonight, all over the world. You can hear the sounds of lovers in love. Yes, of lovers in love. Well, of lovers in love. Of lovers in love. Well, la 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 la. We're all lovers in love. Hey, before we go into the program, start dancing around and everything, I'd like you to join me in a song. If tomorrow all the things were gone I'd worked for all my life, and I had to start again with just my children and my wife, I thank my lucky stars to be living here today, 'cause that flag still stands for freedom, and they can't take that away. Sing it with me. And I'm proud to be an American, but at least I know I'm free, and I won't forget those who died and gave that right to me, and I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today, 'cause there ain't no doubt to the hills of Tennessee, across the plains of Texas, right through old St. Augustine, from Detroit down to Houston, and New York to LA. There's pride in every American's heart. It's time we stand and pray. Sing it with me. That I'm proud to be an American, but at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget those who died and gave that right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt we love this land. God bless the USA. Yeah. And I'm proud to be an American, but at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget those who died and gave that right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt we love this land. God bless the USA. Woo! God bless it. All right. We got military in here, huh? How many in the Army? Where's the Army? Wow. Navy. Ooh, check it out. Marines. Wow. Any Air Force in here? Wow. Jeez. Man, God love you guys. Wow. Last time I saw you guys was over at the other place, I think. Yep. And might get going on some. You guys want to dance tonight? Do some dancing a little bit. Let your vote settle. I pray be my eyes and watch them when they fall. As clouds go by each night, remind us where you are. Let this be our prayer when we lose our way. Lead us to this place, guide us with your grace, to a place where we will be safe. I pray we'll find light and hold it in our arms. As clouds go by each night, remind us where you are. to this place. Guide us with your grace to a place where we'll be safe. Lead us to this place, guide your grace to a place where we'll be You guys remember Jay and the Americans? Remember Jay and the Americans? Yes, sir. Come on, join me in this song. We're going back. This magic moment, the river now smooth like any other. Until I kiss you, I made it happen. You took me by surprise, I knew that you felt it too. By the look in your eyes, so little than mine, softer than a summer's night. Everything I wanted, this magic moment, all the lips and words to mine will last forever, forever till the end of time. Oh, Put your hands together, come on. So little than a watch, softer than a summer's night. Everything I wanted, whenever I hold you tight. This magic moment, all your lips and words to mine will last forever, forever till the end of time. Oh, Well, I heard you say Then I heard those things sleep and you know they were in trouble.